Welcome to the Malloy program for tonight. I want to play something for you. This was a little piece of sound from Obama's press conference this morning. He's asked if he's willing to concede that what happened last night was not just an expression of frustration about the economy, but a rejection of his agenda. And the phony reporter then said, and given the results, who do you think speaks to the true voice of the American people right now, you or John Boehner? Here's his answer. Yeah, I want it. You got it? Okay.
My core responsibility is making sure that we've got an economy that's growing, a middle class that feels secure, that jobs are being created. And so I think I've got to take direct responsibility for the fact that we have not made as much progress as we need to make. Now, moving forward, I think the question is going to be, can Democrats and Republicans sit down together and come up with a set of ideas that address those core concerns? I'm confident that we can. I think that there are some areas where it's going to be very difficult for us to agree on. But I think there are going to be a whole bunch of areas where we can agree on. I think everybody in this country thinks that we've got to make sure our kids are equipped in terms of their education, their science background, their math backgrounds, to compete in this new global economy. And that's going to be an area where I think there's potential common ground.
All right. What he you heard what he was saying there, right? Still, this man still doesn't understand when he talks about getting where is it? Can Democrats and Republicans sit down together, come up with a set of ideas? I'm confident that we can. We're going to work together. It seems to be his message. Yes, we're going to work together. I don't know. One of the signs of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And does Obama think now that the Republicans are suddenly going to work with him, especially after several of their more brain-dead leaders have stated categorically that his political destruction is their number one objective? I mean, they've come out and said it. For God's sake, they're all saying it. So Obama walks out there completely unwilling to face the fact that he's not going to get cooperation on anything. Nothing. And he's still saying, well, I'm sure we can work together. When they were in the minority, the Republicans not only did they make no effort to work toward getting legislation passed, any legislation, even legislation that they favored. Where was Obama? Was he asleep when this happened? The Republicans could have acted like adults, elected to do the nation's business. They could have, and gotten their point of view, their ideas included in whatever legislation he was talking about. But no, the game plan was to stop everything that might reflect positively on Obama, because the long-term plan is a permanent Republican majority, which translates into a total corporatist state, which translates into fascism. That is the goal. The goal is not to work to get things done. Why doesn't Obama understand this? So the plan was to stop everything. They succeeded, the Republicans, and they soured the political atmosphere as they went along with this plan. Anger on the right? Anger about what? Anger, if there is anger, it should be directed at the punks and bastards who represented them on the right. But no. The anger was completely ginned up by the whores, no offense to sex workers, who work for the capitalists in both the media as well as the right-wing politicians. That's where this anger. I mean, there's grounds for righteous anger on the left, not against the system, but against Obama, because we believed he represented something. And really, that anger from the left should not be directed at Obama anyway. It should be directed at ourselves, because we were stupid enough to believe that a man who never said he was a liberal, never said he was a progressive, was going to be one. I have a solution. Barack Obama ought to call a press conference later on this week. Another one. Ought to be prime time at night. And he ought to come out after channeling Lyndon Baines Johnson from March 31st, 1968. And I'll share with you what LBJ said back then. But Obama should come out and say to the American public, okay, I get it. Now, let me tell you something, everybody. I've made the history books. I'm the first African-American. Real African-American. Father African, mother American. I am the first African-American president. I understand that has really irritated an awful lot of people in this country, because so many people in this country still can't get over the fact that a black man is leading them. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm in the history books. You cannot take that away. But I will not seek, nor will I accept, the nomination of the Democratic Party for a second term. I'm finished. I understand, the president should say, what's going to happen over the next 2 years. I understand that the presidential sweepstakes started last night as soon as the returns were in, and everybody was sure of what the balance of power is going to be. I understand, because I've listened to Boner, I've listened to McConnell, I've listened to Pence, I've listened to Cornyn, I've listened to all of these guys, and they are not going to work with me. Okay, you got it. I'm not going to seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for a second term. But here's what I am going to do. I am going to kick all of your asses. I'm going to tell the truth about what these right-wing capitalists are doing. I'm going to tell the truth about how the media is screwing you people to the ground. I'm going to tell the truth about every single one of these filthy Republicans that are destroying the country. In other words, Mr. and Mrs. America, I'm going to give you something you haven't had in a long-ass time. The truth. And you can't handle the truth. That's all Mr. Obama needs to do. And then after making an announcement like that, and after Chris, who's the guy on MSNBC, Chris Matthews, and all the people over at the Fox sewer hole, and David Gergen, and Bush Blitzer, and I mean, go right down the list. After all of them pick their asses up off the floor and go, oh, my God! All of a sudden, their whole reason for existing, these media thugs and punks, for the next 2 years, is gone! Gone! No more contest. No more who's going to, Obama is going to fight against. No more speculation. It's gone. And then Obama can work as a progressive, a real liberal, to continue the efforts that were started 80 years ago to make this a just society. And he can tell the Republicans to kiss